Hey guys, and welcome to Amesie's Corner. Wanted to start off in the shop today because I wanted to show you guys some of the old certificates I got here. Mazda Performance Champions, that was a tough one. And then that was kind of tough to be a senior in '04. But if you look at all the cars, you look at the MX5 Miata, I was actually a specialist on those cars, the Miatas. That and my first car ever was a Miata. So, well, why am I telling you about Miatas, or Mazda and all that, and me being a specialist in the first car? Well, let's take a walk out in the lot and see what's out here waiting. Yeah. And what do we have here staring down the Sonett? We have another orange and black little sports car. Now, I like these. I always have. A little underpowered stock, but you can do a few modifications and get them pretty close to 200 horsepower with just what's on there. Now you look at the size comparison to the Sonett. Pretty close, but the Miata is definitely wider. Yeah. You get the Sonett. We haven't seen that in a while. I drive that about once a week. At least once a week I've been taking that out and just running strong. No real issues with it. But I got this. This car here is it's my brother's car. He got it about a year and a half, 2 years ago. He's got a big family, and it's just a lot of car, and he's training to be training for a position that's going to require him to have a pickup truck. So out behind the wall there, I got a pickup truck just for him with ladder racks on it, and he's going to trade me this car for that pickup truck. This car needs a little help right now, so what I did is I let him take my Saab 9000. So I'm going to be driving this until the deal's done, and he's got my 9000 because if you look at this inspection sticker, yeah, that's December. So he's been driving around with a bad sticker. Not that the car necessarily wouldn't take a sticker. It's got this wheel bearing over here is making a lot of noise and has a little bit of play. He just, when it comes to cars, he's kind of a procrastinator. Well, so this is technically my new black and orange sports car to go with my other black and orange sports car. I didn't plan this, it's just the way it worked out. So I guess black and orange is going to be my theme for a little while. Let's take a little look at the car. This being a 92, this is the same, let's keep that closed. This is the same interior, the same body as the first car I ever owned. The first car I ever owned was a 90 Miata. It had 78,000 on mine when I got it. It had the transmission was stuck in reverse and first at the same time, and this was back in 2001. That car needed brakes, it needed a few other things, it had a little bit of body damage, but nothing I couldn't fix. I picked my first one of these up for literally, no lie, $75. We gave the guy the bill, the service writers gave the guy the bill. The guy didn't want to spend the money or tow the car back, so one of the service writers said, "Hey, I know a guy out back that would love to have one of these." And at the time, I got in some trouble when I was younger, and I couldn't get a driver's license till I was a bit older. So he walks out into the shop with the service writer and says, "Hey, I heard you might be interested in the Miata." It was a silver one, and I said, "Well, absolutely. How much do you want for it?" And no lie, he asked me. He goes, "How much money do you have in your pocket?" And I wasn't ready for it. I opened my wallet, and I happened to have like $74 and some change, and he said, "Sold." I gave him the money, he gave me the title, and I had my first Miata. That was very early, spring of 2001, and I had that car for a good number of years. But now this one here is in my lap. This one, the orange and black paint job. When I first saw this car, my heart sank. I thought someone took an actual sunburst orange Miata, which is a very rare color of a Miata. I thought someone took a sunburst orange and did this to it, but it's not. This used to be a black car. This is the original body color, was black, and then the trunk was painted. The body was painted along, and it's all right. It's a little loud for me. I mean, I think loud and orange and black is good on something like that. Maybe not so much on this, but I plan on doing some stuff to it. I think I'm going to turbocharge it. My original Miata, I had somewhere about 230 horsepower. I was one of the first people in the country to put a 6-speed transmission in these early cars. We had when they first came out with the 6-speed, I think it was in '04 or '03 or '04. We had one of the first ones came over, and someone ran it through the cabbage and put one of the cross members into the transmission on a later model. So when we fixed the car, there were no used trannies or parts. It was such a rare tranny. We had to order another tranny right from Japan, right from Mazda in Hiroshima, and they sent the new tranny. The old one had what I considered minor damage. It had a little hole in one of the cases. I patched it with JB Weld and put that 6-speed in the Miata while I was working at a Honda dealer, and I believe this would have been early '05 when I did that. So I consider myself one of the first people to 6-speed, true 6-speed one of these cars. I'd love to find my first Miata. I had it 2 years ago, but it got my other brother sold it, and I got to track that down, if nothing more for the transmission. Now, the top on this is really good shape. I'm not going to bother putting it up because that's hard to do on camera. Now, pretty tight in here. I got to lean to reach the door over here. On the Sonett, I can just kind of reach over and open the door on that little car. So this is definitely not as big as one of those. I mean, those aren't as big as a Miata. I've had a lot of people say, Jesus, that thing's the same size as a Miata. It's smaller. But, you know, it's the nice tan and black and tan interior. I always like the black and tan. On my car, I kind of copied it. Let's take a look under the hood. Hey, Josh. Hey. Now, it's a little dirty under here. My brother, hold on a second, let me, oh, I don't have the prop rod, that's right. My brother, Donnie, he's not so astute on keeping his engine bay clean like I am, or my youngest brother, AJ is. But, plenty of room for a turbo. These were kind of meant to be turbocharged from the factory. They always kind of toyed with it. This engine, the BP engine, was in a Mazda 323, I believe it was the GTS, which was an all-wheel drive turbocharged 323, 3-door hatchback that had this motor with a turbocharger and all-wheel drive. It's a pretty rare car if you see one, but it's basically the same engine with a turbo. So I mean, it can handle it. These are probably one of the stoutest 4-cylinder engines ever made. In '95, they upgraded to a 1.8. Which is a little better, but I think these smaller engines rev better. I think these things will rev up and can handle RPMs a little better. But I got a lot planned for this. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna turbocharge it. I'm probably gonna do some naturally aspirated tricks to it. There's some stuff you do with the timing and the exhaust manifold and the exhaust ports to get some more torque and power out of it. See you later. But yeah, this is the new project car. That's the old project car. Probably my biggest regret is I can't drive them both at the same time. Well, all right, guys. I'm exhausted. It's the end of a long day. I'm starving, thirsty, hungry. So I'm gonna go home and have a gurgle and a chooch and get on with my night. So until next time, guys, keep it out of the cabbage.